Well, sadly, Brian and Liz aren't the only two people who say they have felt violated by Sarah's tall tales and lies. Bethany says she also became friends with Sarah, but this time she was in a wheelchair. They met at a camp for people with disabilities 3.5 years ago. Take a look.
I met Sarah at a camp for adults with disabilities. I was a camp counselor, which also was a dual role as the caregiver. Sarah told me that she had muscular dystrophy. She was in a power wheelchair. The camp is really focused on accepting any disability to be able to come and experience an outdoor lifestyle. There was horseback riding and archery, zip lining. As her caregiver, it was really rewarding to allow her to have those experiences and to see the smiles on her face. We would take care of all of her needs. If somebody needs to go to the bathroom, we're going to the bathroom. If they want to shower, we're going to go shower. I was the one to change her feminine products multiple times a day. Sarah and I did develop a friendship. I felt like we were very close. When she got home, Sarah and I would have conversations at least once or twice a week for about 6 months. Sarah signed up for the spring session to go back to camp. She had been telling her family that she was going down to that camp to volunteer. Her family was suspicious because she had done this several other times before and they tried to catch her in those lies. A local pastor found out, contacted the camp to see if she was actually there as a volunteer or if she was there to be a camper. Her family showed up, the pastor showed up to confront her. The camp director helped facilitate that interaction. She got up out of the wheelchair and didn't say anything. When I heard the news that Sarah was faking her disability, there were just tons of anger and almost rage that I'd never experienced before. I absolutely felt betrayed. When I found out a couple weeks ago through Brian and Liz that Sarah was saying that she had terminal cancer, I just kind of laughed. It wasn't a shock to me that she's still doing this. This will be the first time that I'm going to see her walk, and this isn't about me, this is about her. I don't think she really realizes how much she's hurting people.
Well, Bethany, thank you for being here, number one, and thank you for what you do in that camp and helping people, number two. That is really a gracious thing for you to do.
Thank you.
When you say she doesn't understand how this hurts people, how does it hurt people? How did it hurt you?
Well, first, it violated my trust completely. I mean, if somebody comes into a camp like that and says that I have muscular dystrophy or a different disease, I'm not going to question that. And now it kind of makes me want to question people that shouldn't have to be questioned. So that was the first violation. And then second, just violating my ability as a caregiver. You know, I was giving 200% of my attention to her. Everything that she wanted me to do was so much more physically involved than any of the other clients that I had dealt with. The things that I had to do for her that week, even down to changing her feminine products, you know, that's something that I can't even fathom being in a situation like that, to ask someone to do that.
Do you think she was laughing at you the whole time?
You know, that's never really crossed my mind. I just felt like she was so sick and into her lie that she believed the lie herself.
This is a woman that the day before camp is walking around.
Yeah.
And goes and gets a wheelchair and gets in it and rolls in there and pretends all of this the entire time, consciously makes this decision.
Yeah.
And she asked you for your ultrasound pictures.
She did. I was pregnant during that friendship, and she kept asking me to see the ultrasound pictures, which at the time I didn't think was weird, but hindsight, doing more research on her and finding out she had stolen other women's ultrasound pictures just is another violation of my trust.
How did you finally find out the truth? Was it when the pastor showed up?
I wasn't there when that happened. That was the following season. The camp director had called me knowing that her and I were really close and really good friends, and just watched her get up out of the wheelchair and walk to the van.
So it's been 4 years and you've never seen her walk?
No.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.